Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to do, Joseph, you can go and close that out. I'm already recording. I've already done the mic checks and we are good. So to make prefabs and to make them quickly, the first thing you're going to want to do, if my Unity would cooperate, let's go into the items right here, and we're just going to click on the crate, and we're going to duplicate this. And we're going to rename this Prefab. Joseph, help me out. What are we going to call it?
Path lighting.
Okay, so yeah, we'll just call this path lighting. Path lighting. Easy. And so I've already created a folder right here that's called my initials underscore prefab. So we're going to click on this path lighting, which was basically just a crate that has been duplicated. We're going to put it inside this folder. And so we'll look for path lighting. We'll go ahead and double click on this. And all this crap in here, I feel the same way about whenever I create a new C# script, get rid of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up here to game object, 3D object, and let's go ahead and start with a cube. Now you don't have to do a cube, it's completely optional. In fact, if you want to use something a little more, I don't know, prettified, you can always use a cylinder. We'll just make it wider and we'll make it shorter. And that would kind of represent the concrete base of it. So I'm going to make this fairly detailed. Not as detailed as what I know John's going to make it, but it'll be somewhat detailed. Go ahead and make a cube real quick, and this will be the shade base right about there. Make this just a little bit smaller. There we go. So the next thing we want to do is, go ahead and move that down just a little bit. Let me go ahead and create another sphere, or let me go and create a sphere. Now this is offset, so I want to make sure that X and Z it is zeroed on, so that's why I can just move this straight up right about there. And this right here will be metal, or not that, but this cube right here will be metal. So they actually give us materials already in this folder, and we do have a metal material, so I can go ahead and move that on over. For lights such as this, it'll be inside the flats material. So I want a flat white in there, just because it looks pretty. So we're going to select this and this. This will actually be concrete, so you'll go back to materials and we'll go ahead and throw in cement. Then we have this one right here, which it's not really cement. I'm just going to use the ceiling, so this way it's a different color from that. And now it comes into question, well, what about the lighting? So what we'll do is we're going to right click and we're going to go into light. And let's go ahead and do an area light. No, not an area light. What is that light called? Point light. There it is. So we have a point light. I'm going to zero that. I'm going to move that up to about here. And so now anything inside this radius should be lit up. Alright. So now we have our prefab done. This is where the hard part comes in. This part is ridiculously difficult. You'll have to go to your folder, stand on 1 foot, drag that in. Done. Alright, so we'll click on the snap settings and we're going to snap it in here. If you're not getting it, like it's snapping all over the place, what we're going to do is you're going to go into Edit, Grid Snap Settings. Make sure your grid size is set to 6. Axis on X and Z are both set to 6. You can leave Y as 1. And that should allow this to snap in different locations. So once you find a location that you're happy with, you're going to click on that square below it. This square's location is 16 by 43. So as long as we can keep that number in mind, we're going to click on Path Lighting, and not inside the Dazel agent, but the Dazel object is where you need to be. So the current position, we said 16, and then the Y is 43. And so now this can be over here, you know, as far as I care, it can be all the way down here where I'm at in Texas. But whenever we come over here and we hit play, it should always pop back on square 1643. So we'll wait for this to load. And I've done a little too much to my scene, as Joseph was already saying. And there we go. Pops right back into place. We can verify the tile. If I can click on it, this is, 1641. Okay, well I screwed up somewhere, but you know what, who cares, it still works. So that's all there is to doing that. And thus, this will end the tutorial.